Hey everybody, it's Lychee. Today I'm going to go over some information and 5 tips about how to win more and get more bow coins in the dessert party minigame. So first of all, let me go over the general rules for dessert party. Basically, the idea of the game is that you control your character and jump around to the matching tiles. The timer keeps decreasing every single round, so you have less time to get to the matching tile, and all of the tiles are different colors and themed against a different Sanrio character that's like a dessert. So for example, Pom Pom Purin looks like a pudding. I think the idea is really cute. Anyways, the game gets increasingly harder because the timing gets shorter and shorter, and because of that, the last person who is still on the tile at the very end will win. There's no set amount of rounds, it's just until the last person loses. Also, in the last round, when 2 people fail at the same time and there's not a remaining person on the last tile, there can be like no winners of the game as well. And at the end of the game, they will tally up the types of tiles and number of times that you were able to stand on that tile, and based on that, you will get a certain payout of bow coins. You can use the bow coins in the bow coin store, and they usually have some sorts of decors or special event things that you can buy with the bow coins. For example, right now is the Easter egg event, and you can use 100 bow coins to trade for a golden egg. Other than that, there's other items like Choco Cat walls or My Melody macaroon statue or other character furniture or decor that you can purchase. So anyways, let's get to the 5 tips that can make you better at dessert party. So number 1, zoom out. I think this is really key because you can get a better idea of the different layout and point of view so that you can see where all the tiles might be, and that can make you a lot faster in getting to the tile that you need. So I would really recommend zooming all the way out if you can and looking at a more top-down view of the entire map. Number 2, standing closer to tile borders. So this one is a little risky. I know that some people like to stand on the edge or corner of the tile because when you know what the next tile is, then you can possibly run to the next tile quicker. This is a little bit of a gamble because you don't know what tile layout will show up in the next round, but it can really pay off. And honestly, it's just kind of up to chance or luck whether the tile that comes up next will be near you. So I would say that this is a pretty good strategy. Number 3, running and jumping. So basically, I think the best way to reach the other tiles, especially when the countdown amount of time is less and less, is you should run towards the tile you need, but in the last couple steps, instead of just running across, you should jump. And I've seen a lot of players who just like fall off the tiles because as the tile drops out from under them, they fall as well. But if you jump, you can still reach it onto the next tile. So learning how to do this is really key. Number 4, join around with a lot of other people. So I think this is helpful because when you play by yourself, you get less rounds in general. I believe that they make the game harder when you're playing by yourself because they want every round to go faster and faster. So they start placing the tiles that you need further away from you. And therefore, when you play by yourself, you generally get less bow coins. So I think it is important to play in a round with other players. Number 5, this is my last tip for you guys. It's to stick with other people after a few rounds. So in the beginning, when the countdown is a lot of seconds, it's really easy to get around the map and you can see players running all around the different tiles. But I would say after it gets shorter and shorter, like after 3 seconds or 4 seconds, you should try to stick with a couple of other players because if other people are playing and you guys are both, say, on a blue tile and you need to get to a green, if there's no green tiles around the blue tile that you and that same person are on, then both of you guys will fall and then the entire round will end. So I think it's basically better to stick near other people if you're looking to maximize the amount of bow coins because you don't end up winning, but you also don't end up losing completely. Obviously, there's always cases where you make it somewhere and someone else doesn't, or they make it somewhere and you don't, but in general, I find that this is like the best average strategy if you're trying to maximize the amount of bow coins in the least amount of rounds. So yeah, these are my tips for today. If you guys know any other strategies or helpful tips that you can share, please leave them in the comments, but thanks so much for watching. Bye.